When children have access to books, they read more, period. But so many homes have very few or even no books at all. That is one reason why the Great Start Collaborative started the One County, One Book initiative 6 years ago. Today, we're talking about the final event. It's a bit of a bittersweet moment. We've got Paula Brown here. She is the Great Start Collaborative Director. Paula, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. Let's talk about this program, this initiative, how it got started, and how it's gone over the last 6 years.
Oh, you know, we are very pleased with the success of this program, honestly, or this initiative over the last 6 years. And we started it, you know, it came up with the idea of, you know, one of the members of our Nurturing Parent Power work group. She said it would be great if we could have families reading the same book at the same time and interacting in activities in the community just to build excitement and buzz around reading. And that's how we launched this initiative. And we started off then with 7,000 books. Last year we were at 15,000 books. So it has gone up in number over the years, just really speaking to the excitement from the community partners and the families to engage. But unfortunately this year we had to scale back a little bit due to some funding cuts and eliminations.
Yeah, and we'll talk about that in just a moment. But let's talk about the book choice. We just had these guys on. We were just talking about this book. It's a local book, right?
It is a local book, local artists and authors, even printed locally. So this is just a project that's filled with Grand Rapids pride. When we started, you know, Kevin Kemmer had been a member of our Nurturing Parent Power work group. He just came to us and was like, you know, we could possibly do something with women. And, you know, I've always loved the Wimich character, always loved of Kevin and just the creativity and everything, and just how they incorporate the fun into learning for children. And we had the opportunity to do something and partner where it would actually be available in multiple languages and then have the engagement of the Winnie character. We just couldn't turn that down. So we're super psyched about this particular book, honestly, yes.
Absolutely. So how do these books go out to the community to get them in the hands of these kids?
So families can get a copy of this book if they're already enrolled in a preschool program or a home visiting program. They may get them there, possibly some play groups. But if not, they can definitely reach out to a Kent District Library or Grand Rapids Public Library. They've been huge partners from the very beginning in getting these out to families. And also our friends at Wimmy TV, Michael or Kevin, you know, those guys would definitely help you get connected with a copy of this book as well.
Wonderful. All right, well, let's talk about kind of the bitter part of this story,
yes.
Funding cuts and the impact that's having. What's going on?
You know, unfortunately, funding for the Great Start Collaboratives and Family Coalition statewide was eliminated in this year's budget. We've been fortunate enough here where we had some residual dollars that carried us to this point. Many of my partners around the state, their work ended September 30. But we decided with those dollars, we were going to continue to support families as long as we possibly can. To the end, which will be January 30 for us. And, you know, just along with those cuts, you know, we understand, and it, you know, it's sad for the community. Other events that we do, like our annual Books, Blocks, and Balls and community baby showers, we've hosted a community-wide diaper drive initiative in this community since, I want to say it's like 2008.
Wow.
So it's, you know, it's really bittersweet, and it's sad to see some of those resources that might, you know, be going away for families. It truly is. But it impacts a lot of our work. We too also support some local home visiting programs because we realize that that's a resource for families that truly can help change a trajectory for families and children on their path to learning and success. But just most importantly, just the opportunities for families to choose, you know, resources that are good for them, that are a great fit for their families. You know, some of those things that we're offering, like just getting support through text. Information through text, a lot of that will go away, unfortunately.
Wow. Okay. Any advice for families or any call out to the community on how they can support the families that may be losing some services?
Oh, absolutely. Well, one of the things we can do, you know, just with our funding, we are still, making that plea, and our partners and our families. We just had our final family coalition meeting last night in celebration. They are reaching out to their legislators. They're reaching out to their state senators. They're reaching out to their representatives and just asking for, to reinstate the funding for 32P, Section Block 32P in the state budget that supports the coalitions and the collaboratives. Because the beautiful thing about this work that we do, it isn't inclusive of the community. It is community work. We all come together, with partners that cover multi-sectors and families, and we, decide upon a community plan together. We operationalize that plan together. Families and parents have a seat at the table in deciding, what we need to address in our community. And it's just been some wonderful work that has happened, linking arms along with the families in the community and building a web of support that we make sure that all children are entering school ready to be successful and ready to succeed.
Absolutely. Got to do what we can to lift up those littles. Perfect.
Absolutely.
All right. So if people want more information about this program, if they want to learn more about how to get their hands on these books, what can they do?
I would suggest, because
Yeah.
our last day will be January 30th, I would suggest reaching out to your library partners.
Okay.
We're going to make sure that the partners have the information that they need at, Kent District and Grand Rapids Public to support families. Definitely Michael and Kevin over at WIMI TV. They will be able to make sure that families are getting connected. And obviously, we have other partners in the community, Vibrant Futures, which is the chair, Shanae Edmond-Verley of our Nurturing Parent Power Work Group. She can definitely, they will be carrying a lot of this work forward for us in the community. That would definitely be a connection as well.
Wonderful. Well, Paula, we appreciate all that you do. Thank you so much. And of course,
Thank you.
reach out to your legislators, because these programs are valuable to our community and to our young people, to our families. GreatStartKent.org is the website there. Alger Head Start, they are doing the launch then coming up on Tuesday, 10:30 to 11:30 a.m. And the phone number is right there on your screen.